Hello, everyone, and welcome to Living Healthy and Aging Well. My name is Ken Haglind, and we are broadcasting from the AM 950 radio station that overlooks Bryant Lake Regional Park, located in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. It is another gorgeous day here in the Twin Cities. I know you're sick of me telling you this, but it really is. Every Saturday is just beautiful here in the Twin Cities, and I am so grateful to be here with you today. And I hope all of you listening are doing well. We are on the air every Saturday from noon to 1 to talk about your health and your life. We cover a wide range of topics to help you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. We do have another great show for you today. Joining me in a few minutes will be Erin Hartung, Director of Legal Services at Cancer Legal Care, and Maddie Babel. She is the Development Manager at Cancer Legal Care, and they are here to talk about cancer legal care services and answer the important question, why would I need an attorney on my cancer treatment team? And we're going to answer that today. In the United States, 1 in 2 men and 1 in 3 women will be diagnosed with a cancer in their lifetime. And as a result, many will face financial devastation, known as financial toxicity. Cancer legal care aims to reduce financial toxicity and engages the law to resolve the complex issues facing people and communities affected by cancer. They help Minnesotans facing cancer and their caregivers with cancer-related issues like employment, estate planning, Social Security benefits, health insurance, and medical debt. You will enjoy listening to my conversation today with Erin and Maddie. I want to thank all of you that leave us messages on our radio show phone line. We appreciate hearing from you, and we welcome your comments, questions, and, of course, topics for future shows. Also, if you are interested in being a guest on our radio show, please call or text us at 612-999-3426. You can also contact us on our website at livinghealthyradio.com. There you can find information about upcoming guests as well as listen to our previous shows, and we look forward to hearing from you. We are adding new listeners to the show each week, not only here in the Twin Cities of Minnesota, but also throughout the country. You can find podcasts for all of our radio shows on the AM 950 radio website, and we can also be found on iTunes, Spotify, and many other podcast and streaming services. And you can also watch our broadcast live on the radio station's Facebook page at AM 950 Radio. If you have a question for us today, there's 2 ways to reach us. First, by calling the AM 950 radio station, and our friendly show engineer, Patrick, will get your call on the air. Our phone number is 952-946-6205, or you can text us your question at 612-999-3426. Now, don't worry if you missed our contact numbers. I'll repeat them throughout the show. All right. I am so excited to welcome these 2 amazing women to the show today. We are going to have a great conversation about the wonderful services that the Cancer Legal Care Organization does to help support people that get diagnosed with cancer. So I want to welcome my guest for today's show, Erin Hartung, Director of Legal Services at Cancer Legal Care, and Maddie Babel, Development Manager at Cancer Legal Care. That's a mouthful. Cancer
sure
Legal
is.
Care. And welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
This is great. I know our organizations have worked together in the past on doing things to help support our communities, and I'm so grateful for you guys being a part of that, and it's a great partnership, and so having you guys on the show here is really a treat. Let's talk about first of all, the audience loves to get a chance to know who you are and who what your background is. Erin, maybe we start with you. Just give us a little bit about your background. You don't need to share everything, but whatever you're comfortable with, it would be great.
Sure. Yeah, I am from Minnesota, born and raised. Went to my undergrad here in the Twin Cities at U of M. And then I got my law degree down in Chicago at DePaul University. And then moved down to Texas for a few years and then came back up here, and we've been up here for almost the last decade or so. So I live here in the cities with my husband and our kids and our 2 dogs.
All right. It's so amazing. I have so many people I've talked to that have been on the show or not on the show. They move away, but they come back.
That's what they say about Minnesota.
I know. Isn't that something?
I never used to believe it till it was
me.
me.
We can complain a lot about things and the weather and whatever, but we always come back.
Yep, we do. It's a good place.
No, it's a great place. For those who are listening that are outside of the Twin Cities or outside of Minnesota, it's really a great place to live.
Mm-hmm. Sure is.
Yep. All right, Maddie.
Yeah, hi everyone. Thanks, Ken, for having us. So yeah, I'm Maddie Babel. I was also born and raised in Minnesota. I also attended the University of Minnesota, Minnesota gal through and through. I actually studied child psychology and public health as an undergrad and then fell into fundraising as a profession through my involvement in Colleges Against Cancer. As an undergrad, that seems to be a pretty typical route for development people. I've never met anyone who grows up wanting to fundraise for a living. We all just kind of land there. And yeah, so I just started Cancer Legal Care in February as their first development manager.
Okay, wow. And so you were in other organizations helping do development work.
Yeah.
Before coming here.
Yep. I most recently came from the performing arts, doing corporate sponsorship there.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So a little bit of a pivot, but now working for something that's closer to my heart.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, Minnesota is great for being a charitable people. I mean, Minnesotans give, they volunteer, and I think we have one of the highest participation of any state in the country on just volunteer hours, volunteer time, donations, support. So I mean, this is a great place to be.
Totally.
Now, is your fundraising limited to Minnesota, or do you look at the wider regional area or the
For
national?
Cancer Legal Care, we do keep it within Minnesota because all of our clients are based in Minnesota. Erin can probably speak more to this about the attorney part of it and the different laws that are applicable only to Minnesota, just knowing that law. So we keep it very local.
Okay, that's great. I love that too. I mean, just everything seems to come back down to being local.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about what inspired you to do your current life's work. I mean, you guys had, again, just interesting starts to your career and to life. Erin, let's talk about you. How did you end up getting to be a part of the Cancer Legal Care organization?
Sure. So, like I mentioned, I was down in Texas for a few years and never really envisioned to get into healthcare. It was just kind of the job market. I got offered a job and healthcare seemed interesting. And I was working at a small firm doing healthcare revenue cycle consultation and hospital lien litigation. So in that world, I got introduced to health insurance appeals and how health insurance contracts work from the provider side, but also kind of the perspective of how provider, insurance company, and the patient, all three of those aspects work together. So then fast forward, we moved back up to Minnesota. I just happened to see something about Cancer Legal Care. I think it was like a news story one day. And then I looked them up on the internet and thought they were, pretty interesting and kind of fell my way into volunteering with them. Just they were getting more and more health insurance issues at that time. And so it was kind of a really good timing for both of us to get involved. So then fast forward even further, they had an opening and I was brought on to be the program manager for iCare, which is the insurance claim advocacy and resolution program. It's their health insurance and provider billing dispute program. So I was brought on to create that program, manage it, and take it forward. And then I stayed. I love the work, so that's why I'm still here today.
Yeah. When did that happen? How long ago? How long have you been with Cancer Legal Care?
As a staff member since 2020, about halfway through 2020, so during the pandemic.
During the pandemic, okay. Yeah, we talked about that before the show.
Yeah.
It's amazing how that episode in American life shifted so many people to different things. It's just fascinating, some of the stories that I've talked to people about.
Yes.
How the pandemic made just a difference. It just shifted their path.
Yeah, I mean, it really put into perspective how important it is to really, work at your passion. Yeah. And I had a great opportunity come up. I couldn't pass the opportunity up, so had to jump on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great story. All right. Maddie, life. Yeah, give me
life.
Life. So what inspired you to shift gears here from the performing arts area to this?
Yeah, so in undergrad, I had intended to become a hospice social worker. During my mother's cancer experience, my 6 siblings and I benefited greatly from the presence and influence of our social worker. So during college, I was in charge of an event, logistics and corporate sponsorship for our American Cancer Society Relay for Life events. And from there, a curiosity about development work blossomed. And since then, I pivoted away from pursuing social work, and I fundraised for a myriad of organizations. But over the last year, much like the changes in the pandemic and realizing that, how do I want my day-to-day to reflect me? I've been feeling the pull back to social services and was reflecting on my initial social work plans. And I really wanted to work for an organization that aligned with my values as a human and a fundraiser. And when I saw the posting for this cancer legal care position, I just knew it was the right fit.
It spoke to you.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. All right. It's time for a short break, folks. We'll be right back to continue our conversation with Erin Hartung, Director of Legal Services at Cancer Legal Care, and Maddie Babel, Development Manager at Cancer Legal Care. We're talking about the services that they provide. And we're going to answer the question, why would I need an attorney on my cancer treatment team? If you have a question for us, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. I'm Ken Haglind, and you are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well.
This is Andy Otto, your host of Twin Cities Pride Amplified, inviting you to join us this Saturday at 3 p.m. as we dive into one of the most complex conversations in our community, the intersection of religion and the LGBTQIA identity. We're joined by longtime Twin Cities Pride supporter and volunteer Michelle Gunderson, who believes there's room at the table for everyone. Please join us this Saturday at 3 p.m. right here on AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota.
Hi, my name is Katty from Minnesota Recovery Connection.
And I'm Erin with Minnesota Recovery Connection.
We'd like you to listen to our show, Redefining Recovery, a Recovery Revolution. It is on Saturdays at 10 a.m. on AM 950.
On the show, we discuss topics about addiction, understanding substance use disorder, the many pathways to recovery, and finding your personal journey.
Listen to Redefining Recovery Saturdays at 10 a.m. and find our podcast on your favorite app.
Next Chapter Booksellers is the perfect gift idea for mom this Mother's Day. Whether she loves bestsellers or hidden gems, the friendly staff at Next Chapter Booksellers offers personalized book recommendations for any taste. Add a little something special to your gift with their beautiful cards. Plus, they sell a wide variety of puzzles and games. So skip the flowers and the chocolates this Mother's Day and give the mom in your life a gift that lasts from Next Chapter Booksellers off Snelling and Grand in St. Paul. More at nextchapterbooksellers.com.
This Mother's Day, treat Mom to what she wants. The Park Tavern. It's the Mother's Day Brunch Buffet. On May 11th from 10 to 2:30 p.m., treat Mom to a fantastic meal of roast beef, chicken, smoked salmon, salads, a full breakfast, and more. $24.95 for adults. Seniors and kids under 12 are $19.95. Kids 5 and under are free, and Mom and the kids will love the hour of free bowling with every reservation. And remember, you need a reservation. For reservations, call 952-929-6810. On May 11th, make wonderful Mother's Day memories with the Park Tavern.
Hi, I'm Corey Wisco, president of the Welshire. The Welshire is a community that provides memory care to its residents, and we have a location in Bloomington and also another one that we just opened in Medina, Minnesota. But the big question is that why do people come to Welshire? Many of the people coming to Welshire are coming from other memory care communities where they maybe haven't received bathing. They've had problems taking medication or inconsistency with staffing. Welshire has never used a temporary staff. We always have our own people, and it's those people that make the difference. We have always felt it's so important to have 24-hour nursing in the building. The other thing is you have to have an amazing activity team. Nobody employs more activity people than Welshire. Our activities begin in the morning, go all the way through the evening, 7 days a week. So if you have a loved one that needs memory care, come visit WelshireMN.com and book a tour today.
All right, welcome back, everyone. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about helping you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. My name is Ken Haglind, and joining me today is Erin Hartung. She is the Director of Legal Services at Cancer Legal Care, and Maddie Babel, who is the Development Manager at Cancer Legal Care. And they are here to talk about the services, the wonderful services that Cancer Legal Care provides to people in Minnesota. And they're also going to be answering the question at some point in the show, why would I need an attorney on my cancer treatment team? It does seem kind of odd to actually have a legal representative or legal support on a healthcare team.
Yeah.
But we're going to talk about that here.
We get that question a lot.
I'm sure you do. And, I was going to say, so Erin, how can our listeners contact you and your organization if they have questions or want more information?
Great question. So you can go to our website. It is www.cancerlegalcare.org, or you can also give us a call at 651-917-9000.
All right, fantastic. And there's a big donate button on the screen here. I want to make sure we always mention that
Yes, there it is.
You guys accept donations, both from volunteer for time, but also financial donations here. So we'll talk more about that in a little bit, but I want to make sure that we get that out there, that when you're following along here at cancerlegalcare.org, be sure and click that button. Well, let's talk about the history of the organization. We talked about it started in 2007.
That's right.
So kind of give us a background of the organization.
Sure. So our founder and executive director, Linda Yokanovich, she's the one who started it. It came about because her mother was diagnosed with cancer, and so she had a personal experience of all the non-medical stuff that can come along on top of, just having that medical diagnosis. And her mother actually lost her health insurance at the time because this was back before the Affordable Care Act was passed. So
for pre-existing conditions.
Exactly.
Oh,
yep.
Sure.
So she saw the way that the law can help people deal with these non-medical aspects to try to keep their life, in order as much as possible and deal with, what we're going to talk about is financial toxicity.
Yeah.
So she wanted to find a way to help people and to be able to give that legal support to people going through a similar experience. So it started out as a one-woman show. Lindy just taking calls. I think she told me a story once. She was, working, and she'd go to the sky system downtown,
right.
and take calls, call people back, give them some advice. So she was really doing it, running the show by herself. And
was she an attorney?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. She's an attorney by trade.
I got it. Okay.
Yep. And then evolved into this, and so
Right.
now she's exclusively with Cancer Legal Care. But
Okay.
that's how it started.
Wow.
And through the years, it's grown. We've added staff. We've added attorney staff, admin staff. And latest counts, we serve over 600 clients per year.
Wow.
Through advice, direct representation. We have even bigger numbers with community presentations we give about different legal information, different topics. And we've also been able to start some advocacy work as well, trying to do some larger policy changes to help people going, facing cancer.
Well, and that makes so much sense because you're dealing with the frontline issues. You're dealing with the day-to-day, the reality of things. And so many times policies are kind of created in a vacuum without connection to what happens day to day. And so, no, that's great that you guys are circling back into that side of it. Okay. Wow. So your organization is about 18 years old, and you've grown from a one-person vision, one person seeing a need, basically. Yeah, that's what innovation's all about. Is someone sees a need and they just jump in there, and that's so cool. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about those 600 clients a year. Well, let me ask this question. So how do people get to become a client of yours? Is there an application process? What does that process look like?
So people will reach out to us either through our website. We have an online intake form where they'll fill out their information, give us an idea of what the issue is that they have a question about or having trouble with, or they'll call us, and we'll go through some kind of screening, I would say, ask them about what's going on. If it's within our service area, then we, gather more like demographic information, get them into our system, and then either we can talk to them if it's a question that they want general information about, if it's something that they need more in-depth help with. We can get them set up for that and then continue on the conversation with them from there.
Okay. So people shouldn't be shy about just reaching out to you and just saying, here's my situation. Does this fit? Would that be a good fit with you guys?
Exactly.
So there's the worst case scenarios. You say, no, you're out of our area of service, or but you may have other people that that could help that person potentially as well, because you guys are networked with other organizations.
Exactly. We always say, give us a call, shoot us an email, do our online intake, and if we can't help directly, we will try to point you in the right direction, because I know it can be, there's a lot of stuff to navigate out there. So we know the different organizations that can offer help. We know what they do. So if you're not sure where to start with a question, you can at least give us a call and we can, get started from a starting point there.
I think sometimes people, especially Minnesotans, they're just afraid to reach out for help sometimes. But they're willing to help other people. But when they need help, they tend to not reach out. And I want to encourage people, no, reach out to you guys. You guys
That's
have
what
been
we're
doing this
here
for
for.
years. Right. You're here to help people. And just to remind them, how much does it cost to get this amazing help that you guys can provide people?
Always free.
Really?
All of our services are free. They're also confidential. We are attorneys talking to every one of our clients, so we are bound by the duty of confidentiality. So give us a call. It will not cost anything. There are a couple of our programs that have income and asset eligibility guidelines.
Oh, sure.
But if you qualify for them, those are still free. If you don't qualify for them, we can still help, with some general guidance or get you pointed in the right direction towards maybe some other resources.
Perfect. Okay. So 600 people you're currently serving. Is there a cap on how many people you guys are able to manage in any given year, or?
Not particularly.
Okay.
I don't think we've ever had to turn somebody away.
Okay.
We do fluctuate in numbers because we really just, when people are calling is when we'll help them. But no, we don't have any caps. We do have limitations where we serve Minnesota residents. We're not able to serve people who don't live in the state. And that's because of our licensing. As attorneys, we are licensed in Minnesota, so that's where we're able to provide services. We can help a person with any type of cancer diagnosis. We're not limited by those, maybe just breast cancer or liver cancer. Any type of cancer, anywhere from diagnosis into survivorship. If you're a caregiver of somebody facing cancer, we can also help you as well, and any age as well.
All right. Sounds great. Well, it's time for a short break. When we get back, we're going to talk about these various services that you guys are providing to our communities. All right. We'll be right back to continue our conversation with Erin Hartung, Director of Legal Services at Cancer Legal Care, and Maddie Babel, Development Manager at Cancer Legal Care. If you have a question for us, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. I'm Ken Haglind, and you are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well.
You have a loved one who is not receiving the care that they deserve at their current memory care facility. I'm Ken Haglind, Director of Community Relations here at the Welshire, and I meet with families every single day who are struggling with poor staffing, missed medications, poor personal cares, and an absence of engagement from consistent activities. 85% of our residents at the Welshire are coming from other memory care facilities that could not meet their care needs. Not all memory care is created equally, and if this is something your family is experiencing, I encourage you to come visit our community of well-being and see the Welshire difference, where we promise that your loved one will live with pride and dignity. The Welshire has 24/7 nursing, a robust activities team that provides activities 7 days a week, and when the diagnosis takes a 9-to-5 approach, so will we. Book a tour at welshiremn.com and see our community of well-being in action. That's welshiremn.com. Again, that's welshiremn.com.
When was the last time you had your roof inspected for extreme weather and hail damage? This is Chad, owner of AM 950, to talk about the exterior construction company I trust, Snap Construction. If you've noticed new roofing projects in your neighborhood, your home was likely hit by hail last summer and experienced damage. Snap Construction is helping homeowners like you, and they're the roofing specialists I trust. They are the most well-reviewed contractor in the Twin Cities and have a ton of positive customer reviews from homeowners just like you. Even better, Snap Construction's installations are backed by a lifetime warranty, so you know you're dealing with a qualified roofing expert. You want to work with a company that will be here for a long time after the work is done. Snap Construction has handled thousands of claims and will help you through the process. Do yourself a favor and get a free roofing inspection so you have the facts and peace of mind you deserve. Call Snap Construction today at 612-333-SNAP. That's 612-333-SNAP. Or visit snapconstruction.com.
Hi, friends. This is Nancy Nelson. Please join me Monday, May 5th. I'm sitting in for Matt McNeil from 3 to 5 o'clock, and we have with us Mike Olsterholm. You know who he is. We're talking about CIDRAP, the Center for Infectious Disease and Research Policy, that is filling the gap that Trump left. And then Richard Karlbaum, the new Minnesota DFL chair, talking about the War Room Daily Call to Action. Join me, Nancy Nelson, Monday, May 5th, 3 to 5 o'clock.
Hey everyone, this is longtime AM 950 host Ellie Krug. I'm thrilled to announce my brand new show, The Illegal Trans Woman, which takes advocacy from my community, transgender and gender variant people, up several big notches. The Illegal Trans Woman will feature interviews, commentary, and information aimed at pushing back against efforts to oppress trans and gender variant humans. Please tune in on Saturdays at 4 or wherever you go to get your podcasts. And do me a favor, share about the show. Thanks.
With a look at your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Today, sunshine with a high of 66. Tonight, clear with a low of 46. Cafe Latte is unlike any restaurant you've ever experienced. Grab a tray and pick from their award-winning selections of soups, salads, sandwiches, and mouth-watering desserts. Cafe Latte, Victoria Street and Grand Avenue in St. Paul, or cafelatte.com.
Saturday.
Welcome back. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about helping you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. My name is Ken Haglind, and joining me today is Erin Hartung. She is the Director of Legal Services at Cancer Legal Care, and Maddie Babel, Development Manager at Cancer Legal Care as well. And we're going to try to get to the question, why would I need an attorney on my cancer treatment team? And so we'll work on that here at this segment. But let's just jump right in here, and let's talk about the services that your organization provides to our communities here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so kind of an overarching answer to that question is that the services we provide tackle the root causes of financial toxicity. And for listeners who aren't familiar with that term, the definition of that is that financial toxicity is the detrimental effects of the excess financial strain caused by the diagnosis of cancer on the well-being of patients, their family, and society. So kind of a big mouthful for the concept that cancer in many different ways causes a lot of financial strain on patients and their families and their communities that surround them. It's financial toxicity is caused by cancer, but it also, in a flip side, it triggers more financial toxicity as well. It's kind of a cyclical thing. Mm-hmm. So that involves things like employment issues and medical debt, kind of our two big examples there. So the services we provide try to tackle those root causes that lead to financial toxicity. So the services we provide are in the areas of employment, estate planning, Social Security disability benefits, and then insurance like health insurance, other health-related insurances, and medical billing, medical debt. So with employment, for example, with the diagnosis, there can be a lot of issues that pop up with somebody's employment, and that can often lead to somebody losing a large chunk of their income, if not their entire income. Yeah. For everybody across the spectrum, even single people, people who are partnered, people with children. So we help people with questions with that. Our questions like Family Medical Leave Act. What are your rights there? What are your protections? The Americans with Disabilities Act, the ADA. What are your protections there? And the goal of these services are to, number one, preserve somebody's employment so that they can continue to work as much as medically speaking that they're able to, whether that might be with some accommodations through the ADA, protecting people against discrimination in the workforce because of their diagnosis. And our services are anywhere from giving people general knowledge about their rights are, because a lot of people come to us with questions wanting to be prepared when they go talk to their HR about their diagnosis and their plan going forward. So they want to be prepared for those conversations. We also have volunteer attorneys who work with us who are able to give free consultations to people who feel like they may have been discriminated by their employer because of their diagnosis. There are other laws. Off the top of my head, Minnesota has an earned safe and sick time leave.
That's right, just implemented this year.
Yep, that's a new one. So we'll talk to people about those rights that they have there. And then Minnesota next year, a big one is the Paid Leave Act. So it's similar but different than FMLA, but essentially it's paid leave to take care of medical conditions for you and your family members. So our employment services are surrounding those questions and issues that might pop up around those scenarios.
Sure. Yeah, boy, what a strain on a family to have a breadwinner all of a sudden have to step back or reduce their work time so they can seek treatment, they can work on recovering. I mean, it's quite a challenge that they face.
It really is.
So how do you find companies more aware of the rights of their employees, or are you seeing a trend one way or the other? I mean, the economy generates so many new companies all the time, and it's hard to keep up with regulations and rules. And a lot of times, small businesses are the backbone of our society. And as a small business owner, you just can't think of everything. You got so many things to deal with when you're starting up a business. Do you find that there's things are getting better or getting worse in terms of just understanding the laws and all the regulations and all the different acts that have been put in place?
Yeah, we see kind of the spectrum of it. There are some employers who are better than others about being knowledgeable about the laws. There's also a little bit of a lag time, it seems like, when a new law is implemented. It just takes businesses some time to learn those. And that's not just for employment law. That's kind of across the board with different issues that we deal with, too. So I'd say there's a big spectrum that we see there.
Okay. All right. Sounds great. And are businesses generally, open to learning and trying to understand and try to partner with you guys and work with their employees that are going through this? I mean, are they generally saying, "Oh, yeah, I didn't realize that," or here's how can I learn more about how to do this better?
So we deal mostly with the employee side. Yep. So we don't interact too much with the companies
HR people,
the HR people. Right? Yeah, but the state of Minnesota has a lot of great resources for employers to go and learn what these responsibilities are and obligations, especially when there's a new law that's being implemented. Like, for example, the earned safe and sick time leave. There's a lot of resources that were pushed out, a lot of different trainings. So I think that the state does a really good job at equipping employers to be prepared for those new laws and obligations.
Yeah, sounds good. Good. Okay, let's keep on going with the services that you guys can provide.
Sure. So related to employment is the Social Security disability area. And so that's things like Social Security disability insurance and supplemental social income. I'm sure it's
a mouthful.
It is a mouthful. But the point of those services is to supplement someone's income when they can no longer work. So for those services, we provide general information and guidance to people about what benefits are, what eligibility requirements there are, the application process. And this is one of those programs aside from that general information, we also can help people do the application process if they need some help with that.
Sure.
And that does have the eligibility guidelines for somebody's income and assets. So we do a little bit more screening to our clients who want to go through that service to make sure that they are eligible for to get the free assistance with the application process.
Okay, great.
And then we have, estate planning. That is information about wills, powers of attorney, healthcare directives, some alternative options as well, like beneficiary designations or transfer on death deeds. We can give people general information and guidance about those options, talk through what they have as far as assets go, what their different options are to kind of plan and have the best estate plan going forward. And then again, if somebody meets our eligibility guidelines based on income and assets, we can connect them with a volunteer attorney who can do a basic will, power of attorney, and healthcare directive for them as well.
Which many people don't have until the crisis happens, and then that's when they need the help.
Exactly.
Yeah. Many of our clients are coming in with a stage 4 cancer diagnosis, so this future planning is suddenly right in front of their faces, front and center.
Right.
And you feel helpless, and so you can reach out to Cancer Legal Care, and we can help you start checking those boxes.
Great.
Yeah, it's always great we all should have those things done.
Right.
But if you are being diagnosed, I would say just give us a call and get those things started.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah.
Talk about the rest of it: advocacy, educational presentations.
Sure.
Yeah, you've got a number of things here that your organization supports.
Well, first with the eye care program, that's one of our service lines as well. That is health-based insurances and provider billing and medical debt stuff. So if somebody has an insurance denial, either for a treatment that they're trying to get or treatment that they've already gotten, we can help sort through that. We do a range anywhere. If somebody wants to take on an appeal themselves, we can kind of guide them through the step-by-step, help them craft an argument in their paperwork. We also go all the way up into direct representing them to do all that on their behalf. If there's a billing dispute with the provider, we can sort through that, figure out some options there. There are legal protections surrounding provider billing and medical debt, so we can sort through what options and protections could be available for that. Which kind of leads into the advocacy question that you had. We had the great opportunity last year to use this wealth of knowledge that we've gained from our unique position working with cancer patients, and especially the medical debt that comes up with their situations. And we were able to help use that to push for the passage of the Minnesota Debt Fairness Act last year, which is a wonderful law, huge progress in helping people who are dealing with medical debt in the state. And actually one of our former clients and current board members was really involved with his particular personal story to really support the one provision of that law, which is that spouses are no longer liable for each other's medical debt. So that was Walt Myers, and we supported him through that, and he did a fantastic job really opening himself up to, the whole process and telling his story. So it was really cool to be involved in that whole start-to-finish process there.
Yeah. All right, that's fantastic. So we got 30 seconds left. So why just cancer? Because there's so many other diagnoses that are as devastating, or can be as devastating. Why the focus on cancer?
It's so prevalent.
True.
It's 1 in 2 men and 1 in 3 women in the country will experience a diagnosis in their lifetime. So it's something that it's so universal.
Yeah.
And a lot of what we learn can be applied in other health conditions, but this is something that really touches everybody.
Yeah, it sure does. It is really hospice, which was really started about 40 years ago, was only for cancer originally, and then we all realized, wait a minute, this is important for other things, other diagnoses, or just aging and dying. So it's interesting how cancer kind of leads the way a lot of times in change. So.
Right, yeah.
All right. Well, it's time for a short break, folks. We'll be right back to continue our conversation with Erin Hartung, Director of Legal Services at Cancer Legal Care, and Maddie Babel, Development Manager at Cancer Legal Care. If you have a question for us, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. I'm Ken Haglind, and you're listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well.
End-of-life decisions are not easy to make. Hi, I'm Mary T. of Mary T. Hospice Care. It's important to make sure that this difficult time is meaningful and comforting to you and your loved ones. Our hospice team provides an individualized program of physical, emotional, spiritual, and practical care so your loved one is comfortable and not in pain. At Mary T. Hospice, we understand that choosing the right hospice care provider can be overwhelming, but we're here to assist you. Learn more today at marytinc.com.
It's no secret that medical care costs are soaring, with nursing home and skilled nursing care costs being some of the highest. You don't have to deplete your savings in order to receive long-term care. At Schroman Law, we work with families to develop and implement strategic planning for medical assistance for long-term care, for assisted living, nursing home care, or home-based care. Contact us today to schedule a free consultation at schromenlaw.com. That's SCHROMEN law.com.
Cafe Latte offers made-from-scratch soups, salads, sandwiches, and mouth-watering desserts.
So come check out their pizza and wine bar, or get a treat from the bakery made fresh daily. Plus, you can still do online ordering and takeout, along with gift cards. Just go to cafelatte.com and choose from their ever-changing selection of award-winning salads, sandwiches, and soups. Cafe Latte is located off Victoria and Grand and online at cafelatte.com.
Hi, this is Paul Metza, host of the Wall of Power Radio Hour. We have been on the air on AM 950 for 10 years. We feature cool people from all walks of life in all 50 states. We've had musicians, politicians, actors, poets, people with great stories or a tale to tell. Tune in every Saturday night at 6 p.m. on AM 950, and podcasts are available on all streaming services.
Turn to Auto Technical with your vehicle donation. Even though Auto Technical is a small nonprofit, we have helped more families with transportation than any organization in Minnesota. Since '94, we have reconditioned donated vehicles so they have a higher tax benefit. Call Richard at 612-919-5526, 612-919-5526, or autotech.org.
Minnesotans age 65 plus might qualify for Health Partners Minnesota Senior Health Options. The easy all-in-one plan includes personal support, coverage for medical, prescription drugs, and dental, plus many extra benefits. Eligibility information is available at healthpartners.com/oneplan. Health Partners is a health plan that contracts with both Medicare and the Minnesota Medical Assistance Medicaid program to provide benefits of both programs to enrollees. Enrollment in Health Partners depends on contract renewal.
Welcome back, everyone. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about helping you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. My name is Ken Haglind, and joining me today is Erin Hartung. She's Director of Legal Services at Cancer Legal Care, and Maddie Babel, who is Development Manager at Cancer Legal Care. If you have a question for us, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or you can text us your questions at 612-999-3426. All right, hey, how do people get a hold of your organization if they have questions or they have, concerns or anything? What's the best way to do that, Erin?
You can go to our website, www.cancerlegalcare.org. We have an online intake form. There's actually a nice banner at the top of our website. You could just click on the form link right there.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can give us a call at 651-917-9000.
All right. This is the last segment. Time is flying by here. We have so much to talk about here. But I do want to talk about going forward. What does the future look like for your organization? How can people participate to help support this? This is amazing work that you guys are doing.
Thank you.
We talked off the air. We need this all across all healthcare,
Mm-hmm.
not
Yes.
just cancer. Even though again, cancer is so prevalent in our society, and the work you're doing is just incredible. But tell us, Maddie, what does the future look like, and how can people participate to help support the growth of your organization and the ability to help more people in our communities?
Yeah, so we want to grow. Ken, earlier you asked the question of if we have any limits on how many people we can help in a year. And we do only because we have such a small staff. And so there's always a need for more staff so we can serve more clients. And we love to expand our insurance appeal and Social Security application programs if and when we have the staff numbers to do that. And so the need for more staff means that our needs for funding also grows. Cancer Legal Care already offers quite the bang for the donor buck. By working with expenses that fall between $500,000 and $800,000 each year for the last 5 years, while providing over $23 million in free legal services since our founding. And you're in luck because there are two great ways that you can help support us right now. The first one is we are in the middle of our Spring Into Action campaign. This is our largest fundraising campaign of the year, and our goal is to raise $50,000 by next Friday, May 9th. Our board, we have a wonderful and engaged board who has provided a match too. So if you donate this week, your gift will be doubled, and that will help us to ensure the seamless delivery of this free legal care to Minnesotans who need it the most. Another fun way to get involved is that for the first year, we are participating as a charity partner for the Medtronic Twin Cities 10-mile race that takes place on Sunday, October 5th. We have been actively recruiting runners who wish to join our team and fundraise to support Cancer Legal Care. So if anyone is interested in joining us, you can email me specifically. My email is maddie@cancerlegalcare.org. It's MADDIE. You can also find me on our website, as Erin mentioned, is cancerlegalcare.org. Cancer Legal Care runners will get a discounted registration rate, and it will be lots of fun, I promise.
That is quite the event.
Yes.
I mean, that is so well known across even the country, that fall run. So.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. We'll have a booth at the Mission Mile, too, where we'll be cheering everybody along with our bells and whistles.
That's fantastic. Okay, but you also do a lot of other community events as well, lunch and learns, and
that's another great way to get involved and learn about what we're doing, or if you have any sort of questions that you are wanting answered. I know later in the year we have a healthcare directives event, and we offer these monthly on, what is it, Erin, the third Tuesday of each month? Second Tuesday of each month?
Second Tuesday.
Something like that. Over the lunch hour, you can just sign on and have your lunch and listen. Our amazing staff attorneys lead all of those. I sit in on them and watch them as a newer employee, and so I can get to know our programs a little on a deeper level.
Okay.
And I'd say signing up for the newsletter is probably the best way to get notified of those.
Yes. Great addition, Erin. Sign up for our newsletter. You can find that link on our website as well under our Get Involved tab. We will be getting a new website in the next month or so. So be ready for a nice zhuzh website.
So the Connect option?
Yes.
Okay. There's the newsletter. Okay. Keep up with Cancer Legal Care.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can also find us on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram at Cancer Legal Care on all those channels.
That's fantastic. And so right now you're helping with 600 clients right now a year, and you could do more than that.
Yes.
If you had the funding to help people, and a lot of times these folks just don't know where to turn. I mean, they again, life's roulette wheel lands on them, and they have to deal with cancer and all that things that go along with that. And we talked about earlier that you guys are also connected to all other organizations that help support people in other areas.
Mm-hmm.
So again, don't be shy about reaching out and
Exactly.
calling, and
Mm-hmm.
call on behalf of your loved one or
Mhm.
a friend or a neighbor, because they may not know.
Exactly. Yeah, we hear a lot of times that people wish they would have known about us sooner,
right,
and connected with us sooner, because it's so much easier to deal with issues that might pop up earlier on, or kind of a game plan going into the whole journey going forward, just to at least know what resources are out there and what options there might be. And part of our goal with this fundraising is to be able to do more outreach so that more groups know about us, so that people can connect with us sooner. Because, 600 is a big number, but there's a lot more people out there who it's a drop in the bucket. Yes. So we would love to be able to do more outreach, to have more people be able to connect with us and connect with us sooner.
Mm-hmm. There's the healthcare cancer community, the providers, do they know about you guys? So when someone's in their office or struggling with, again, this journey they're on, do you get referrals from them, or is there ways that our healthcare community can partner with you guys?
Yeah, we work with a lot of social workers. We're always looking for, again, more outreach to connect with more social workers. But also we want to do more outreach to the doctor's office themselves. We have this wonderful pilot project right now that we're working with a doctor named Arjun Gupta at the U of M with colorectal patients. In studying the effects of early legal intervention through somebody's cancer diagnosis. So we're hoping to use that to connect more with, the medical providers, to get the information out to them about how this can be beneficial to their patients as well.
Yeah.
Adding a legal care checkup to someone's to-do list when they get a cancer diagnosis.
That's right. Wow. So we answered the question, why do I need an attorney on my cancer treatment team? All right. Yes. Well, fantastic. We're at the end of the show. Thank you so much for being here. Erin Hartung, Director of Legal Services at Cancer Legal Care, and Maddie Babel, Development Manager at Cancer Legal Care. We've answered the question, why would I need an attorney on my cancer treatment team? We hope you enjoyed today's show. Please contact us with any questions or comments you have regarding today's conversation. You can reach us anytime by voice or text at 612-999-3426. Join us again next Saturday at noon for another broadcast, and thank you for listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about your health and your life. Until next time, choose to live well.